Am I the a-hole for marrying my husband after my mother tried to ruin my marriage by getting pregnant with my husband's dad and engaged? I, 24 female, have been with my husband, 25 male, for over 10 years now, and we have twins. We got engaged a day before we found out I was pregnant. My father left my mother due to her constant cheating, to which he remarried. My mother never remarried or had other children. The issues arose on my 16th birthday when I went to live with my dad due to emotional abuse from my mother. Things like my mother pushing for me to break up with my husband because she, in her own words, wanted him, and he was the man for her, not me, because she said I was fat and ugly. I went very minimal, no contact, until I found out I was pregnant, as I wanted my children to have a relationship with their grandmother, which would have been minimal. I found out she had been to therapy and counseling and assured myself she had changed, to which over time I believe she really had. This was the beginning of my nightmare. At the time I was 7 months pregnant, she decided at my baby shower to declare her love for my husband and demanded he get her pregnant and I terminate my boys because she deserved my life and children rather than me. She even suggested if I didn't terminate, she could adopt and pretend she was the mother and play happy families with my partner. We had no contact, however. I updated her. My boys were born healthy and happy, but I didn't send her a picture. Life moved on until my boy's first birthday, when she turned up and ran towards what she thought was my children. They wasn't. Screaming, "Hi, it's Grandma." We informed her she had no right to be here, in which she left. After a year of building trust and seeing the effort she put into changing, I started allowing her to come to the park with myself and family, just in case she pulled anything, which later progressed to things like lunches, soft plays, days out, etc. A week before I and my husband were meant to be flying out to get married, my mother told everyone she had a surprise. That's where she announced she was pregnant, which came as a big shock. Then she announced who the father was and that they were engaged. I was angry, hurt, disgusted, disrespected, and I bursted out crying. She called me overdramatic, to which I shouldn't have said, but I did in front of everyone. "You destroyed my childhood with your constant cheating and abuse. You tried stealing my partner, staging he sexually assaulted you after you tried forcing yourself on him to end our relationship. You told me to terminate your own grandchild because you said you deserved them and my partner, and now you've pulled this stunt," to which I walked out, and many followed to see if I was okay, which at that time I wasn't. Me and my husband talked about everything from start to now. We decided to get married and cut them completely out. We stayed at our wedding venue for 10 nights and did a week-long honeymoon with the boys. However, as soon as we got back to a barrage of missed calls, voicemails, and messages from different numbers, which subsequently got blocked. Shortly after this, my mother turned up protesting that we spilt and give our babies up for adoption or hand them over, as we are horrible and don't deserve our boys, as we will be siblings and siblings shouldn't be having children. We are an incestuous family, and she'll be ringing Child Protective Services. That's when my usually calm, level-headed husband exploded, berated her, and physically removed her from our property. We've been looking at moving before the twins were born, and we have the opportunity to move abroad via husband's work. However, we've been told this is a step too far, and what we've done is disgusting regarding my mother, by my mother's side of the family, apart from my grandmother and aunt. Am I the a-hole for getting married and moving away from the crazy train?